Hello and welcome back to Let Supreme Goes T2X. Today we're doing mission 3, While the City Sleeps, which is one of my favorite missions that I remember anyway from this campaign. I don't remember all the missions equally, but this was one of the ones I do remember fondly. Now before we get into this one, I do want to say that the last mission, the Trials That Shape Us, I did indeed bust Supreme during my narrated run. One of my trusted viewers, Marble Man, his keen ears picked up a first alert in the middle of me picking a lock. So I did point that out in the video description. I do still think that I successfully supremed the segmented run, so I can still claim the Supreme, and I did it before I recorded as well. So yeah, I just wanted to point that out. If you guys see or hear alerts that I don't pick up, do not hesitate to let me know, although it sucks a little bit to bust the Supreme after the fact. It is something I want to be correct in my verdict, so I did indeed bust that one. But anyway, moving on to this one, we're going to load up the save game from Trials and move on to While the City Sleeps. There is a briefing for this one.
I never thought I'd be piecing together a puzzle like this. At least Lime's office provided me with some more information. This is opening up old wounds. But I knew this day would come. Malak was training me to avenge Kedar. Smugglers.
Come on,
they have to be the ones that killed him. But why? What did he have that they didn't? I don't even know where they are. There's only one way to find out. I have to search the city market area and find Kedar's shop. Hopefully there will be a clue, or some kind of information I can use to find out who these smugglers are, and where they're hiding from me. There's a dusk to dawn curfew, so I'll need to avoid the city watch. Nevertheless, it's better if I go at night. Fewer stragglers around to notice my illegal entrance into Kedar's shop, and the surrounding areas. And they won't appreciate someone breaking into a store, even if there's a valid reason. There is a main gate to the district, but there's probably another way in, not to mention the sewers. The stench isn't something I look forward to. At any rate, I have no idea where Kedar's shop is, but I seem to recall him mentioning that it was in a building with some other shops. If what I've been able to gather is true, it will probably be somewhere on the east side of the district. Before he scurried away for the day, Malak gave me something he called an elemental catalyst. I'm not quite sure what it does, but he said it worked with the crystals on my arrows. I guess I'll figure it out as I go along. It's been a year, but I still feel a deep sorrow when I think of Kedar's death. It's going to be difficult to enter his shop, but I must. I've been avoiding thinking about where he would have taken me on that fateful day, but no more. It's time to begin.
Okay, so as you guys probably remember, last time we read a letter from the Free Traders, which is the name of the smuggling organization in town. And I'm not really sure why Zaya says she doesn't know why they killed him, because that letter pretty clearly said that they had a contact that had been selling stuff to Mr. Limes, the curator, that didn't want to give in to the smuggling organization and didn't want to join their cause. So it seems pretty obvious that they killed him because he denied them repeatedly. So that's part of what we're going to get verified in this mission. I'm happy, very happy to announce that this mission can actually be perfect Supreme Ghosted, and that's not because it's too easy, sometimes that's the reason, but I have not been able to perfect Supreme it up until only a few weeks ago. I was able to figure out the method for how to do that. In the past, there were 2 pieces of loot that I wasn't able to take. So that's when I ghosted it like 10 plus years ago. I quickly, after doing that, found out that one of them can be taken quite easily. But then I've worked on being able to take the last one. And like I said, just recently I was able to do that. So I'm hopefully going to be able to show you that method today. It's difficult, but it should be able to be done here in a reasonable time frame. So, what do we have to do? Although most of the city is open to the public, there is a curfew from dusk until dawn throughout the market district proper. Your first task will be to find a way beyond the market wall and get inside the district. The notes you got from Limes at the museum indicate that Kadar was targeted by some kind of smuggler ring. Break into Kadar's shop and see if you can find some information on them. The class system in this city is sickening. The rich merchants get richer while the poor are left to starve. Help give the merchants the taste of their own medicine by depriving them of 1,100 in loot, including 300 of their precious goods. Once you have everything, you'll have to find a way out of the market district to safety. Okay, let's do that. Now there's nothing, of course, that we can buy for Supreme. There is a note from Malok, then, that we will read, and that has to do with the elemental catalyst. That is an interesting addition to the campaign. So we'll see if we can get some information on that right away. So there we have the elemental catalyst. Let's read his note. Zaya, I've given you a small piece of crystal harvested directly from the Maw, the birthplace of our magic. Within its small shard, and others like it, lies the power to distort the primordial essence of each element found in nature. You harvest these natural elements for use as weapons, as I have taught you, and now it's time to begin using them as they were intended. Each element is balanced. For each passive manifestation, there is an aggressive manifestation. For each aggressive manifestation, there's a passive one. This first piece of crystal will mold your water arrows into the hardest, sharpest of ice. Ice only to be found naturally in the Maw. Use it to drive icy fear and pain into the hearts of your enemies, to halt them cold in their tracks. Use it to escape or move freely if there's a body of water nearby. For in water, these arrows will create small islands for you to cross. Use the crystal again to change your ice-hardened arrows back into ordinary water if you so desire. Use this power wisely, and I shall reward you with more of our magic in the future. Malok. Okay, so let's make a real save first. So that's how this works. You will use the elemental catalyst, and then if you switch to water arrows, now they will say ice arrows. So that will now form almost like a broadhead arrow, but out of ice. Or if you shoot it on water, you can use it as a little island. Keep in mind, though, that that ice island will melt. I'm not sure how long it lasts. It isn't too long, 10 seconds or so. But then if you use the catalyst again, it'll turn back into water arrows. And you can do that as many times as you want. So here we have, actually let's look at our map first. So there are 2 sections to the map. The first section is the western area. That's outside Market District. And there's not very much stuff going on out here. The vast majority is going to be inside the district we're looking for. There's a church, we can't get in there. And you do have the canal behind us, or in front of us as we started. You have the streets here, but like I said, there's very little going on. There are a few smaller places you can get into. You have 2 general areas that can lead you into the Market District over here. So those are going to be our main talking points. There are actually 3 ways to get in. And then in the Market District, there's a whole other, level of activity. Tons of shops that you can get into. Very non-linear, so you can go either direction here. There's sort of a circular loop around town. But there's plenty of areas you can get up into the heights and underground and everything, and it's a perfect medium-sized city map. I think it's very well done, at least for its time. There's a Hammerite's Craft Center, it's called, in the middle of the map here, that you can access from multiple points. And then Kadar is found in what's called the Market Square. It's a locked section that has 3 or 4 establishments in it. But there's plenty spread around the whole area. There's a locksmith down here as well. That's actually where our difficult piece of loot is going to be. And we're going to hit that pretty early, to be honest with you. So first we have to make our way up towards the entrance to the market district and see what we can do there. On this side is a gas arrow. So let me actually show you how this works. Do that. Jump over, and then you can lean over and take something that you wouldn't be able to take without this. Well, there is a way to take this one. There's a water arrow down here as well. Little challenge for you guys. Not a ghost challenge, because it doesn't have anything to do with ghosting, but you can take that gas arrow in a different way too, without using the ice arrow. So you guys can try that on your own. It's a little challenge for you. So, let's go ahead and move along here. No enemies in this side of Market District, except for when we get over to the main area. There we go.
Chamber pots brown, flower pots blue.
This guy won't alert us. This is the church.
Pots brown, flower pots blue. Got it.
Can't go in there, by the way. Let's see what it says here. The Hightown Mechanist Cathedral. All are welcome. Children of Chaos recruiting station upstairs. Switch sides and follow Chaos a little bit. Okay, so we're moving along here. There's a notice. Notice to all civilians. The curfew for the Market District will remain in effect until further notice. Smuggler's shop will remain closed during the day, and the gates to the district will remain closed at night until the brigands responsible for looting the store are found. This curfew is for your own safety. Please respect the law and take care of all business you have in the district before nightfall. Sheriff Gorman Truitt. Nice. So, Smuggler's shop has been hit. That's why the curfew is now active. So that gives us a small reason for why we are going to get alerted to and attacked if we are walking around at night. You don't need more than that to sort of justify some of the actions. Okay. So we are going to head over here and listen to a conversation that take place between the guards, and that shows one of the ways of getting into the Market District. So we are now right outside the main gates. Dunny's Coffee. Coffees.
Watch Patrol Guard Hawkins, reporting for duty, sir.
You're late, Hawkins.
Sorry, sir. It's the missus. She's keeping me up late and I'm not sleeping enough.
Listen up, little soldier. That new sheriff is making a lot of headway cleaning out the bad element in this city. Not only with the known criminals, but he's trying to weed out corruption within the city watch as well. He's just itching for an excuse to come down here and make an example out of one of us.
Yes, sir.
Hawkins, you either get your head on straight or you'll be back to shoveling coal for those religious freaks in no time.
Open the gate.
Okay, so now you see that in order to get in, you need to flip the switch up there to open the panel and put in the code 4177. Now, of course, we can flip the switch up there from down here, but we can do it if we shoot an arrow at it, and I think only a broadhead arrow will work, which is going to be very loud. But we also have to put in the code.
I could probably hit that lever up there with an arrow.
The conversation isn't done here, so we'll wait a little bit.
Well, good thing he's gone. Guess we can relax now.
Yep. You feel like some coffees?
Yeah, I could sure use some. Lead the way.
So they're going to head over to Dunny's Coffees now, and that's when you have the opportunity to do this. Now, not only is that loud, but you have to use a second arrow to close the panel and reset the code. Well, resetting the code actually isn't possible because then the door closes.
Doesn't that place close at 9?
Yeah, must be, what with all the crime around here late. They used to be open past midnight.
I keep forgetting about their new hours. Have to remember to go early tomorrow. Not gonna get any coffee on duty now. Ugh.
So they're going to drag it out here, but that's long enough for you to get in. So you can close the main gate from the inside. You see there's another lever there. So this is one of the 3 ways of getting in. Obviously, this is not the best way for Supreme. That should be obvious. Not only is it loud, and are you not able to reset the code, but the guard that went inside becomes stationary in the middle of the street in there. So that means you have another guy to deal with. So there are 2 other ways that would be much better for Supreme. So I will show you those, of course. I just wanted to give you that conversation. But we're going to move on here. Okay. So we're now headed east. So we are now right here. So we're now close to the market district, but further north. Okay. If we go in here, so there's a skull here. There is a water arrow in here as well. Now, we can jump over here. Now, if you look up on the roof there, you can see a little bit of a skeleton up there, and that's the rest of the body from the skull has fallen down here. If you climb up there, and you can do that if you shoot a rope arrow on the underside of the eave, you can find a suicide note, and that is actually the quote scroll from the developers of the campaign. I'm not going to go up there and read that because it doesn't have anything to do with the story, but as a nice challenge, you guys can try to get up there and read it yourself. We are instead going to jump in through here. And here we have a letter. Bernard, this business with the thieves in the market district has gone too far. First smugglers and now a couple of workers from the Green Cyclops are reporting they haven't seen their neighbor Rathran in days. Trude has asked us to check it out first thing in the morning. If his store has been hit, I have a feeling we'll have a bigger problem on our hands. Still, I can't believe thieves could be that smart. The scene at Smegler's would seem to indicate that they're sloppy and overconfident. Hagen thinks they're getting in and out through the sewers. All of the hatches are going to have to remain locked up from now on. Bring your key with you tomorrow, though. After we check on that other store, Hagen wants us to go down and see if we can find any clues. Frankly, I can't think of a place I'd want to be less. If our jobs weren't dangerous enough, now we have to risk waiting in human waste. I'm sure you'll sleep well with that on your mind. City Watch Corporal Martin. Okay, so in here is a gold candlestick, our first piece of loot, and this is pickable. So we are going to pick that, and there's another piece of loot in there. Statue, worth 15, total 65. Now, here is the sewer key, and I'm going to use that to show you the second way into Market District. We're not going to use that direction, or that way, but I want to show it to you anyway. We gotta head back to do that. Actually, from the sewer, there are 3 ways. Or 3 exits.
To put the broom back. Catch your broom right here, lady.
2 of those exits actually lead into Market District, 1 does not. So that's in here. This is the door to the sewers, but it's pickable, but it also unlocks from the sewer key. It's a little noisy down there. Here we go. Okay, coming down here, you find a map of the sewer systems. Interesting. So now we have an extra map of the sewers, and you can see that there are 4 manholes here. This is the one we came down. There are 3 other exits then. These 2 on the right are then entering into the Market District. So I'll show you where those are. So back here there's a water arrow. And I think maybe that is put there because it might not originally have been possible to get back out of the water without using an ice flow to mantle up on. I can't remember that, but it's not a problem in New Dark whatsoever. Okay, so this is the first exit, and this is not on the Market District side. Not sure if you have to use a sewer key here. You do. That's right by the main entrance. So we obviously don't want to go that way. I'm going to reload here, don't worry, I'm just showing you everything. So let's continue to head east. Here's another exit.
I better be careful. The guards will probably attack me on sight if they find out I made it into the district.
So that checks off the objective of getting in, right? I'm not going to take this route, but we have now entered, I think it is right here. And I do believe that the guard that comes in stations himself right here, right in front of us, facing away. So facing west. Which means that you cannot go past this point. You have to go all the way around if you want to get to any of the establishments on either side. And you can't pass over the rooftops here in this direction. So that is obviously not a desirable thing to have happen. So you don't want to choose the main entrance. But going into the sewers this way is okay. So let's check out the last way in. Seems to be quite a bit further east. Interesting. So here we have another copy of the sewer key, and we are actually now inside of Market Square. So we can go to Kadar right now. So that will be a huge shortcut to get to Kadar here. However, the problem here is that we have to take a sewer key and we have to return the sewer key. And once you are done with all the objectives, when you get back, you can't get to where the sewer key is supposed to be dropped off before you finish the mission. At least that's very difficult. You can lock block the sewer hatch here, go back and return it, and then grab this key when you want to leave the mission. But that's very cumbersome and very much back and forth. So we're not going to do that either. So the third option is much, much easier. which is just instead to head out this window here. So now we are leaving this building east right here, and we're going to enter the market district up in the northwestern section here. Now up on this roof there are 2 gas arrows, and I think that actually is a secret, isn't it? Yeah, it's one of the secrets in the mission. I'll point out all of them, but now we're going to head into the district itself.
I better be careful. The guards will probably attack me on sight if they find out I made it into the district.
So then this is the location we have to get back to if we want to leave the market district afterwards. See, we gotta jump in here. We can do that. A little bit difficult though, but... There we go. And here's a silver nugget.
Now, come on now. Don't fade out from boredom.
Let's see.
Pay attention. Maybe something exciting will happen in a minute.
Took his purse worth 100. Here's a gold goblet. It's quite hidden. I just wanted to scoot over here before he came back. So his purse was worth 100 and this was 25, so that's 240.
Payday tomorrow. Gonna buy me some blue laces.
There we go. We're gonna try to jump over here. Go over here. So now we are actually crossing through this building, and we're moving over to the northern section. Now we're looking down on the streets from above. And here is a chest with a mine, and then there is a grate leading into a place called Fine Dining. Now this is a pickable lock. And I'm not going to enter these establishments this way, because I don't like to pick locks if I don't have to, and we can avoid this one. So I just wanted to show that to you, and then we're instead going to go
I'm so hungry.
a different route.
I can eat bricks.
The Anvil of Crom, weapons and implements of destruction. So we can actually head up there, but we're actually going to come out of there later on, so I'm not going to head up that way either. So now we are back at the gate. So we've now gone south, and we're now approaching the main gate. So we're going to do sort of take a counterclockwise direction around the town here.
Pay attention. Maybe something exciting will happen in a minute.
So now notice that the guard that was supposed to approach the gate is not there. Maybe he is just appearing
Oh, I can't get this
once you get
out
close to the gate. I'm not sure.
Excuse me.
This is a door that leads up above
Why do they hire
the
such
gate,
drill
and that's
around here?
where you can't get past because of this guard. He's the guard that controls
I haven't seen the captain.
the panel for the code. So that's why you have to actually use an arrow every time. And this, of course, is the manhole that we came out of earlier. We're going to head over here. So we're now going into a little side alley. I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the rooftops here. This is Millions Roof Cafe. Here is a bottle of wine. That was just idle chatter, by the way, that you heard. In here, we can find a purse. Total 340. And you can hear a Hammerite nearby. Before we go that far, we're going to head over here. That was loud. Maybe we instead can do this. Head over to this attic. This is the only way you can get in here. Pick up a statue. Total 355. Jump in here. Now we're actually at the top floor of the Hammerite Craft Center. So that's one of a few different ways to get in there. Here's a flash bomb. Some kind of a bell tower. See, it sounds like there's somebody in here, but there isn't. This is completely empty. There is a guard outside the front door, though. Okay, let's go in here, and we can find a pickable footlocker. With another statue, total 370. Out here and go down to the bottom floor. And under the staircase is another footlocker with a hammer, total 445. Okay, so here's a canal. This is the main entrance door. And outside there is a guard. Now there are two gates here that you can operate either from the inside or outside lock, but those are pickable. So I want to avoid picking the lock on those. It's not against Supreme rules, but I want to avoid that. And then in the, let's see.
I'm failing ears.
Okay, now we second alerted that guard outside. We'll reload. Here's a water arrow, and there's a crumbled piece of paper. Scroll. Dear brethren of the Order of the Hammer, I would like to encourage you yet again to lay down thine archaic and heavy hammers, and take up arms with the new brethren, the children of Chaos. The great prophet hath shown us the way to the gear, beyond the hammer, beyond the forge, and we are on the path to salvation you have not yet imagined. The mechanists are yet small, but they are growing, dear brothers, with the aid of those like yourselves. See how thine building crumbles with decay. Dost thou think the builder truly cherishes such rot? Join our new order. Learn from the machine as it was meant to be. Give up thine attachment to the flesh, and follow the true path. Let us embrace as brothers and forget the old ways. Write us quickly and tell us of your response. Dear brethren. The great Kairos is willing to accept all who would come to him. Acolyte Marcus of the Mechanist Order. Find it interesting that they just crumbled that piece of paper up and thrown it into the canal. That's how much they value the Mechanists.
Terrible cold. Curse the trickster.
Now, my ghost challenge for you guys for this mission is to find another way into this craft center. Not any of the ways I've shown you so far. Get into the Hammerite craft center supreme clean, so without any first alerts or anything, and get those 2 items in the canal, again without busting supreme or ghost, and then get back out to the streets. But you cannot use any of the entrances that I've shown you or that I've used. You have to do it supreme clean. So from the streets, get in, get the items in the canal, get back out. That's your challenge. Let's see. We don't want to take that bust, so we want to continue here. Some kind of forge. New brethren are encouraged to use extreme caution whilst using the builder's tools. Follow thine instructions carefully to make it the finest of instruments. 1. Placeth thy mold onto the rest. 2. Pull the mold lever to seal the lock in place. 3. Pull the cauldron lever to begin the smelting process. 4. Await the builder's iron to pour, lest thy tool may be inadequate. 5. Only when the cauldron lever resets, shouldst thou then pull the mold lever again to claim thy tools. Interesting. Okay, so here's a mold. A lever mold. Okay. Brother Hallen, some drunken fool has gone and broken the lever to the service entrance again at Market Square. Bloomingsworth keeps sending requests for me to fix it every time it breaks, but I keep telling him your order is the only place in town with a working smelter. Could you please make him a winch that will fit as a favor to me? Send the bill directly to him and remind him I don't do levers. Perhaps he'll listen to one of your prestigious order and stop pestering me. Cheerio, Rufus, the turning key. That is the locksmith, Rufus. And somebody has broken the lever to the Market Square and requested that he make another lever, but he doesn't do that. So he's forwarded that request to the Hammerites. And how convenient for us. We can now make a lever. Oh. There. See the a mysterious lever, okay? And this is a key mold, and that I think just makes a key to this place, the Hammerite Craft Center key. Now we're not going to do this, but you can do that to get into Market Square, but there's a much easier way to get in there that I'll show you in not too long, actually.
The hammer brought the child.
We've actually done everything we need to do in this center, so we're going to leave the way we came in. Now I think that we are just going to drop right back in here. Here's a dead thief. There's a water arrow over here. Here's a bag of goods. Worth 60, total 505. You can go around. To me, this ladder is backwards, isn't it? I would have requested this to be turned around. take another... Let's see. Nobody could see us down there, could they? No. There's no... Yeah, I don't think so. So we have now come down to this area. We've gone... This is the big area with the water, with the thief. So we're now south of that. So this gate, or grate that you're looking at, goes to the east, I believe. Yes. And this is pickable. I'm not going to do this, but I'm going to show you.
And when I get bored of standing here, I'm gonna stand here some more.
So we have to pick 2 locks to get in here. So here there is a gem, so we do need to get in here to get the loot. But I don't want to pick those 2 locks, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to get in there a different way.
Night sky and some stars, that'd be pretty easy. I'd have myself.
We're going to dodge this patrolling archer right
I
here.
wonder if they take it at the museum.
There we go.
Why do they hire such drivel around?
So here's the fish door. This can only be opened, I think, with a key that we can get at the Locksmith, which is straight ahead here. So when I first ghosted this mission 10 years ago, I didn't think of using a crate to get in through the window, which you can easily do in Old Dark. In New Dark, you can easily just mantle in through the window because of New Mantle, but a crate is also possible to use. So I'm going to use this method since there is a very easy way in Old Dark to also do it. Just wanted to point that out. Here's a broadhead arrow, and there is a stack of silver coins, total 517. And pagan fishing arrows, 200 gold. I think these are 2 vine arrows, which obviously is the method of or replacing rope arrows. Now there is a stationary guard. There's a camera nearby. You can see it in the distance. This is Mackerel's Fine Wines. This we have to pick the lock on to get inside. And luckily we can. He turns, but he chose not to turn now. Bottle of wine in here. So this is a distillery. And there's a moss arrow back here. That's it. And we're going to listen to a conversation coming up here. Or maybe we can wait with that, I'm not sure. Let's see. I think it's happening right now. Oh, see, he saw that camera saw us.
Bunch of lazy, no good.
Oh man, I didn't save it there.
Pathetics.
I took the
I saw something.
coins at the fish store at
Either
least.
my
Why didn't I
boobs
save
are
it?
shrinking or my feet are growing. If I don't get something to eat soon, huh?
So he sees you with the smallest flicker.
Either my boots are shrinking or my feet are growing.
So that camera is going to be a problem. That's our next huge problem.
I could eat bricks.
Turning key, locksmithing and security. Just thought I heard somebody coming, but we'll make a real save here and I'll show you what's what.
I was standing here months ago.
You have to pick the lock on this door. There's no way around that. If we move into the doorway, we can be hidden completely. So this is the camera. Now, for Ghost, it's pretty easy because behind this door there is a lever that you can reach. It shuts off the lights. And then for regular Ghost, it's pretty easy from now on. Because all you need to do is shut off the camera that you're allowed to do for Ghost. There. Now everything's peachy. So in here for Ghost, there is a
Here we go.
Market Square key. How great. There is a Hammerite Craft Center key, which we don't need. Sewer key, which we also don't need. And the fish store key, which we didn't need because we could mantle through the window. There's a readable. Dear Mr. Rufus, I know you've been so kind to us recently, but I'm afraid I have to ask your services once again. Once more, our portcullis lever has broken off. Okay, so here we see the initial request that we just read the response of, or the forwarding letter of. Would you mind fashioning us a new one? Since we provided you with a general access key as per your request, it would be most helpful if you could enter the square after business hours to fix it up. I do believe the City Watch would grant permission for you to run an errand at night, wouldn't they? You may not even need to come inside, as the lever device is actually outside, as you remember. I have the sneaking suspicion that it is that delinquent up at the top floor causing the problems. I haven't seen him in months, and now that his advanced rent payments are all used up, I bet he's trying to sabotage us. I wonder if this is Kadar. In any case, I'm evicting him, so hopefully these problems will cease. Would you care to relocate? The spot on the top floor is a little isolated, but I'm sure it would suit a man of your talents. We certainly require them often enough in the square, with all our shops nearby. Regards, Superintendent Bloomingsworth. Okay. The only other thing of interest in here is this is just an unusable lever, is a stack of silver coins in a footlocker. So that is the one piece of loot that I never was able to take for Supreme back in the day, but I have found a method on doing it now. So let me see if I can do this for you. So what we have to do here is we have to stand pretty close to the edge here, not at the very edge, but a little bit back. And we have to lean and jump, and then turn and open the crate from where we're standing right now. Let's see if we can do this. So we don't want to stay too close to the door, because then we end up frobbing the door, or mantling the door. Okay, this is going to take a few tries, trust me. So this is one of those difficult moves that can be tough. Let's see. Now we're too close to the door again. There we go. Now we have to close it. We have to close the footlocker in order to... Okay, I closed it, but I got caught.
Either my boots are shrinking or my feet are moving.
There we go. I closed it. So there we have it. That was a stack of silver coins, total 602. So that's ultimately now what makes this mission Perfect Supreme Ghostable. I'm just going to make sure that it is indeed closed, which it is. I don't know if that was an alert. Not sure. Can do that. And we can't lock that door because there is no key for it. Now we're going to listen to a conversation.
Such an idiot. He got promoted last week and now he's ordering us around.
Let's see.
You get the new guardhouse key mode to the locksmith?
Nah, not yet. I'll take care of it first thing in the morning.
He better be a trustworthy man. It won't be long and he'll have a key to every building in the district.
Word has it that the sheriff picked him personally. I think it's probably for the best to have him on our side, though. If we ever have to chase a perp back to his own hideout, picking the lock is a whole lot more subtle than shooting a fire arrow at it. Besides, if anyone loses their key, they won't have to wait 3 months to get it replaced like they did before.
You're probably right. If there is ever a break-in into one of these places, we'll know who did it. I'm just glad nobody hears me talking to myself.
So now that guy starts patrolling.
What did I see there?
We're gonna grab this guy's purse. I thought he went longer.
Come on now, don't fade out boredom. Pay attention.
There. That was 80. Total 682.
What is that?
Oh, wow. He didn't walk far.
Payday tomorrow.
Such an
Gonna
idiot.
buy me some
He got
bootlegs.
promoted last week and now he's ordering us around.
See how far he actually goes. I think he goes further. It was just he had to reset after that conversation.
Either my boots are shrinking or my feet are growing.
Yeah, he goes all the way over there. Good. Okay. There's a balcony here that we could go up. We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go over here. So now we have walked past the locksmith, and now we're actually in the street just south of Market Square. Not going to go in there just yet, though. Okay. There we can go. Here's another stack of silver coins, total 717. And this is the balcony that we just viewed. Okay, now this is actually leading up to where that gem was that we saw earlier, and now we can approach it from the end on the east side, which means we don't have to pick those two locks. We're gonna have to dodge this guard though. He usually turns to his right. No, he didn't do that. I think I did say usually. Now I'm sure he will turn to his right then. I actually did not know that he stopped there. Last time he did not stop. Maybe he stops every other. Something like that. Take that gem. I think that's worth 100. Total 817. Now we're going to have to dodge him going this way, and I'm pretty sure he turns to his right now.
I'm standing here. I'm so hungry. I could eat bricks.
If I don't get snagged on the door frame.
I was standing here a month ago. I was standing here a week ago. I'm standing here now. My job is standing here. So I guess I'll just stand here. When I get bored of standing here.
You! I saw.
He could
I
see
just
me.
wonder if they
Standing here a month
me
ago.
today.
I was standing here a week ago. I'm standing here now. My job is standing here. So I guess I'll just stand here. And when I get
Yep. Didn't get caught there, so good. Okay. So, in order to avoid a lockpick, I'm going to actually jump over here. I don't think this would have been possible in Old Ark because of that mantle, but it is possible now. Let's go in here first. So this is, let me see, this area here is Mort. It's a mortician's place, I think. Yeah, that's right. And that lock here we would have to pick if we came from the backside, so we're not going to do that now. Here we can take a statue worth 15. I don't think there's anything else in here. No. And this leads us up to Kadar's. Kadar's Oddities and Antiquities. So that we have to pick. The Market Square key doesn't work on any of the establishments in Market Square. It works on a different door.
Oh, this looks like the place.
Okay, let's read that. Kadar, no one's seen or heard from you in months. I don't own the building no more, so it's none of my business. If you're going to be all secretive, you should be less obvious about it. I know you've always kept odd hours with all sorts of unsavory folk, but I've never been one to judge or say anything. With all the break-ins around here of late, folks are getting mighty suspicious, and I wouldn't be surprised if the watch decide to drop in. Just be warned, I'd avoid doing business with those free traders for a while if I were you. Holland's Head. Okay, now here is a statue, worth 15. Total 847. There is Dewdrop. Gold candlestick, worth 50. There's a flash bomb. Empty chest. There's a statue. Empty box. An empty box as well, and a purse. Total 1026. And a lever that opens this, and here is a readable. Kadar's notes. Log for 14th week, second month. Found an excellent shipment of spice. That's right up there with that one from Gadavan. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to move to a larger place. Also, need to pay off debt to Hinda. She's been understanding, but I wouldn't want to cross her. Log for first week, third month. I'm just going to check something real here. I think I forgot something down at Mort's. Yeah, I believe I did. Just got word that Zaya will be visiting in a few months. It's been a few years since I've seen her. She was younger then. I bet she's grown. I have to admit that I missed her dearly. Finally sold off those two Rankin Centaurius paintings to Limes. Had to make it sound like the best buy he's had. Maybe I need to lower my prices. He seems edgy lately. Also sold him the 2 jade pottery pieces he'd asked for. Adrian was in today and bought 14 golden candlesticks, among other things. Log for 3rd week, 3rd month. Sold the Madame Enora painting to Limes and threw in a silver frame. Seemed to really like it. I think it's because she's partially nude. I swear Limes has no taste for art. Also got him a precursor mask. That was difficult to procure. I'll be delivering the singing song sculpture next week, but he paid me for it ahead of time. It's nice to be trusted like that. 2nd week, 4th month. Got another visit from my friends over in Sunnyport. I refused to give in to scare tactics by Cretans. Hopefully they'll go away, but my instinct says they'll be back, more angry than ever. It's not like they don't have complete smuggling control over Sunnyport. I guess they're just too cowardly to take over the entire city, and instead want to take over my small but lucrative business. Bastards. 3rd week, 4th month. Got word that Zaya will be bringing the Yawara dragon. Limes will flip when he hears that. He's been searching for the booger for ages to add to his collection. Tonight I'll deliver a nice bracelet and hand-painted gold mule to him. He really liked that nude-painted lady sculpture, not surprisingly. 2nd week, 5th month. Another letter from those smugglers, this time with a knife stuck to it. Nice. Very classy. I'd asked the local authorities for help, but I don't really want any attention. I'll just be careful to watch my back. I refuse to join their little club. Still, I've been tempted to take the steam carriage over to Sunnyport and poke around, but they might see me. No roof walker, am I? 4th week, 5th month. Zaya arrives in 4 days. I've cleaned the place up as best I could. I'll try to find a nice present to give her as a welcoming gift. Hopefully those smugglers won't drop in while she's there. Or here. Stopping by Limes last night and gave him the beach painting. He seemed a little funny, but I think it's just leftover stress from that tax collection problem a couple months back. He's paid up as far as I know. Interesting. So that indeed has been the smugglers contacting him, and probably the ones that killed him, right? Let's go back down. I think I missed a couple of coin stacks. I do remember there was more than that, just one thing in there. Yeah. 1036.
First, well, I want one. Get one. Great.
So here's the Market Square entrance.
Yeah, I'm excited.
She's involved in a conversation that we're going to see soon. This is where you would use the lever to open up this Market Square delivery entrance. All customers please use other door. So that's the one we could find a key to. Now if we see here, you can see the lever on the inside. Easily flip that from the outside. And this is where we were earlier. Sewer entrance, right? Don't need to go down there. We're going to listen to another conversation here.
Guess he thought he could get by us. They never change.
Do you think Truart will be concerned we didn't try to bring him in?
Nah, he doesn't care so long as it doesn't interfere with his new deal. Besides, it's after dark. Nobody's allowed in here anyway. We probably shouldn't even take him in now. Let's leave him as an example to the others.
So now that woman starts patrolling, and there's another guy that's patrolling beyond her
Maybe I
that you
should
haven't
take a
seen.
painting. Yeah, that'd be a nice way to pass some time. Paint a night sky, stars, that'd be pretty easy.
Head up here. This is Mort's pre-need store. Kadaris Antiquities upstairs. So that's the one that we avoided picking then. This is Lockraven the Blade Master. That one we're going to have to pick. Here's a blue base and a stack of silver coins. Nothing else in here. Total 1098. Switches here are just light switches. that's the door then that would answer to the market square key. Now we have to be a little bit more careful because she is able to spot us. She saw us there. I didn't know where she was.
I should get a new pen. Need one. I saw.
Yeah. Let's just wait for her. I couldn't hear her alerts from that noisy gate anyway.
I should get a new pen. I need one, that's for sure. But what kind? One with a purple quill? Not yellow, no. Icky. No.
Smuggler's Shop of the Strange and Unusual. So that's the one that was hit then. Maybe this guy's the culprit. Not sure. Green Cyclops, food and perishables. Does he have anything? I don't think so.
Either my boots are shrinking or my feet are growing.
Head in here. Rathran's paintings and collectibles. Okay, Rathran hadn't been seen for a couple of days either. So this is 2 broadhead arrows. Seems like he's been robbed. But they haven't gotten everything because there's a rug up here. Total 1148. That was worth 50, and that checks off. Well, we've checked off 3 of the objectives now, so the only thing we have left to do is leave the market district. We've gotten 1100 in loot, including 300 in goods.
I'm so hungry. I can eat bricks.
Okay, so now we are headed north. Or west, but northwest. So that guy we saw earlier when I headed through one of the locked grates and out on the balcony. So we're now east of that.
I just wonder if they promote me one day.
Curse the trickster.
Either my boots are shrinking or my feet are growing.
Johnson is such an idiot. He got promoted last week and now he's ordering us around.
Here. Some moss arrow. This is the main entrance to the Hammerite Craft Center. So now we are right here. This is the side garden, roof garden that we're on right now. So we're looking south, southeast to the guard that we heard earlier but didn't actually see. I'm gonna read. He has a key, by the way, on his belt.
I see thee there.
Let's read that. Tired of meaningless days without spirit? Find thyself in want of skill and honest craft? Feel weak about thy bones? Then come join the Order of the Hammer. The builder constantly seeks strapping new young lads to plow ahead and learn the honest trades of the day. Learn skills, wield large cudgels, serve the master builder, and forever earn a place by his side. Inquire within. So that's another pickpocket. The second then. Or, no, it's not. I'm not sure how many we've taken. But we don't need to take this because we don't need that key, of course.
I know thou art there, and I shall find thee.
We don't need to go down there at all. There's nothing else of interest. Instead, we're going to head into this place.
I saw something.
Yeah, that guy sees you. I think we're going to go up here.
Lay down and die.
see that. Grab a ring. Total 1208. This is just
Lazy.
junk glasses.
Incompetent.
Head downstairs and open the safe. We're now in Ralkavian's. It's a private residence, I think. In the safe we have to pick
I'm just
open
glad
as well.
nobody hears me talking to myself.
We can't close that safe, unfortunately. There's a tiara, a purse, and a diamond. Total 1483. You can leave through the main entrance here to the streets, but we're not going to do that. There's a patroller out there. So Arcavians is this part of the building. So the patroller you hear goes up and down here, and the stationary guard that we saw up north is stationed right here.
I was standing here a month ago. I was standing here a week ago. I'm standing here
Looks
now.
like I might be able to get over on that
My
ledge
job
across
is
from the
standing
window.
here. So I guess I'll just stand here. And when I get bored of standing here, I'm gonna stand here some more. So I'm standing here.
Let's go in here. Good. So now we scooted up north on a ledge and then headed into a building on the west-hand side. Go in here. Loot these establishments. 3 plates on the wall, total 1513. Gold goblet and 2 gold plates, total 1588. This is the grate that I showed you pretty early on in the mission. That is pickable. And this is the fine dining area that I talked about. Here's a vase, blue vase, and an apple. And this is the window across from that garden, and then that guard should be down here. Grindel's Arms and Armor. I don't think you can get in there, actually. It's just storefront, you can see. There's really only one more thing we have left to do here. We're going to flip this. Let me actually make a real save. Oops. What happened there? There's a conversation going to start, and a fight that's going to ensue.
Did you hear something?
No, keep your voice down.
We'd better hurry. We might have been seen. Did you get all the goods?
Yeah, I got him.
Well, come on, Taffer. Are we going to leave, or are you gonna stick around and play with the broadheads?
Oh, I know you're here.
So, when this conversation starts, there's a guard that spawns out in the street, and these 2 thieves here, I think, are only set to having like 1
Am I
health,
getting warmer or colder?
because the guard always kills them with 1 shot each. Now, of course, the guard now will be on high alert, so it's beneficial that we've done everything until we do this, because we don't want him roaming around there, detecting us easily. There's only one thing we need to do in here.
Oh, don't worry. I'll
There's
find
2
where you hiding.
broadhead arrows here. Need to take this dagger. Total 1738, and that's all the loot in the mission. I think there are 3 water arrows in this chest.
I will let
There's a button behind this. Don't think we can close that again, so we're not actually going to do this. There's 2 fire arrows back here as well. Thieves cleaned out everything else.
Where are you hiding?
In here there are 2 flash bombs and a healing oil. I think that's it. Yep.
Oh, I know you're close.
So we're not going to get that secret count. But we got the secret for this. Take the dagger there? Yes, we did. We can head out here. Now we're coming out the window I said that we could see from below earlier.
So I guess I'll just stand here. And when I get bored of standing here, I'm gonna stand here some more. So I'm standing here.
Now we can end the mission. That's it. Mission complete. Excellent. So that was a successful perfect Supreme Ghost of While the City Sleeps. We didn't take any bust for Supreme. We took all the loot and we returned everything and replaced everything and relocked everything that we needed to. There wasn't anything there, I think, that we did wrong. So that's great. Total time, 33 minutes, 4 seconds. Found 1738 loot out of 1738. Pockets picked 2 out of 3. Those were both purses. We did not take the key off the Hammerite priest or the Hammerite guard. Locks picked 7. I tried to minimize that. Backstab 0, knockout 0, damage dealt, damage taken, healing taken 0, instants killed none and others killed 0, Iron Beast destroyed 0, and disabled 0. Secrets found 1 out of 3. That was the opening to Anvil of Crom, where the thieves were located. So, campaign totals. Time so far, 1 hour, 44 minutes, 19 seconds. Loot so far, 32.27, and total damage dealt 0 and received 0. Great mission. I really like this one. I like that most of the missions in this campaign are medium in size. None of them are very small, and there are a few that are quite big, but none of them are excessive. So it's not insurmountable to think of the next mission all the time, and I'm really enjoying my time through this. The next one will be Framed, Mission 3 of Thief 2, which I haven't really liked in the past, but I just recently played it again, and it isn't as bad as I remember. It's actually quite enjoyable if you take into account all the story elements in that mission as well. So we'll be looking forward to that. Gonna make a save here, and then I will see you guys back next time. Have a good night. Bye-bye.